friends, welcome to Quick Learn tutorial series. In this video, I will explain you Introduction to Inverter. This is lecture number 32 of Power Electronics series. So let's start with the topic. In this video, I will explain you what is inverter, who invented the inverter, the working principle of inverter, and the type of inverter. It means the classification of inverter and the application of inverter. All these topics I will cover in this video. So stay continue and keep watching my video. Now first I discuss what is inverter. So inverter is basically an electrical device which is used to convert fixed DC into controllable AC power. Or we can say that inverter is basically a DC to AC converter. DC means direct current and AC means alternating current. So we can say that inverter is a device that converts fixed DC into controllable AC. What do you mean by controllable here? Controllable means in any AC signal, here we see in any AC sinusoidal signal, there is two parameters we have to control. First is the frequency of the signal and second is the amplitude of the signal. If we control these two parameters, this is called controllable AC. So with the help of inverter, we can control the frequency and the amplitude of the AC signal. That is called controllable AC. So inverter is a device that can use to control fixed DC into controllable AC. It means we can control frequency and the amplitude of the AC signal. Now inverter is a static device. As I have already told, it can convert one form of electrical power into another form of electrical power. It means it converts DC into AC. So it is basically a type of converter, but it cannot generate any type of electrical power because it is not a generator, it is a converter. So the thought coming in our mind, from where inverter take the DC power? So the best source of DC power is the batteries. So inverter take DC power from the batteries and then convert into the AC power at the time of power failure or power cutoff. We know that all the equipments in our home, in our offices, they are operated with the help of 220 volt 50 Hz AC main supply. But at the time of power failure or at the time of power cutoff, all the equipment are not working because AC power supply is cut off. So if we want to operate that equipment at the time of power failure, what we do? We use inverters. So inverter take DC power from batteries and convert into AC power and operate all the AC equipments just like TV, fridge, washing machine, etc. This is the simple example of the inverter. Now we frequently use a word that is called power inverter in power electronics. So what do you mean by power inverter? Power inverter are basically used in the power system network to convert bulk DC power to AC power. Or we can say that power inverter is used in industries, in large plant where we convert bulk DC power into AC power. That is, it is basically used at the receiving end of HVDC transmission line. HVDC means high voltage DC transmission line. This type of inverter is also known as grid tie inverter. So grid tie inverter is basically used in large grid network or large power system network. Now inverter are basically used force commutation circuit. What do you mean by commutation? Commutation is basically a process to turn off any device. So the inverter can be turned off with the help of force commutation. There are many types of commutation. First is called line commutation or natural commutation. This is also called self commutation. In case of self commutation, if we apply AC input signal at the input side, here we connect any device. Let us assume here we connect a diode and this is the load resistance RL. So if we given AC power in the input. So during the positive half cycle of the AC main supply, what happened? Current flow in this direction and diode start conducting, and output voltage or current across load will be appear. But what will happen during the negative half cycle of the supply voltage? It means when the reverse voltage apply across the diode, what will happen? The diode stop working and no voltage appear across the output or load side. So when reverse voltage appear across the main component, that is across the diode is turn off. It means it is self-commutated or natural commutation process. But if this device is not turn off during the negative half supply, so what we do, if we use a external commutation circuit, that commutation circuit is called force commutation circuit, to turn off this device. This is called force commutation. It means here we apply a force to turn off the device. But there are number of disadvantages of force commutation. Just like if we use force commutation circuit in any device, the complexity of the circuit get increases, the cost of the circuit get increased, the size of the circuit get increased. So these are the advantages of force commutation. So to avoid the force commutation in inverter, we use some power electronic switches. These switches are IGBT, insulated gate bipolar transistor, MOSFET, metal oxide field effective transistor, JTO, gate turn off device. These devices having self commutation property. So these devices are the most commonly used switches in inverters. So these are some important points related to inverter. Now, who invented the inverter? Before the invention of inverter, a motor generator set or a rotary converter were used to convert DC power into AC power. Now in 1925, a engineer David Prince introduced an inverter, and Prince defined the inverter as the inverse functioning of rectifier. Because we know that what is the function of rectifier? Rectifier convert AC into DC. AC into DC. And what is the function of inverter? Inverter function just opposite to inverter. It convert DC into AC. So Prince defined inverter as the inverse of a rectifier. Now, after the invention of power electronic switches, just like IGBT, MOSFET, JTO, the new era of converter is started and increase application of an inverter. Because these type of switches having lots of advantages. These type of switches reduce the complexity of the circuit, reduce the size of the circuit, reduce the cost of the circuit. So after using these type of switches, the application of inverter increases. Now the working principle of inverter. To convert DC power into AC power, the key component of inverter is transistor. Because we know that transistor is basically a switching device. It can switch, turn on or turn off very fast. But in case of inverter, here we not use ordinary transistor. Here we use power transistor. Just like IGBT, insulated gate bipolar transistor, MOSFET, metal oxide field effective transistor. These transistors are most commonly used switches in inverter. Because the switching speed of that type of transistor is very fast. And how many switches or number of switches is used in an inverter is depend upon the type of inverter. Now the function of transistor is used to change the steady voltage and one-way current flow of DC to the constantly changing voltage and oscillating current of AC. Or we can say that it can change the constant DC current into the oscillating current of AC. And the key feature of transistor is to generation of AC power, because the switching speed of transistor is very fast. That is why transistor is used to convert DC power into AC power. Now here we see two type of inverter. At the left hand side, these are the small scale inverter. These type of inverter we use in residential purpose. At the right hand side, this type of inverter is called large scale inverter. This type of inverter is used to convert bulk DC power into AC power, and this type of inverter are basically used in large grid network or large power plants. So these are the residential inverter, or these are the industrial base inverters. Now the three most common type of inverter are used for powering the AC load. We know that inverter are basically used to power AC load. So there are basically three type of inverter which is used for powering the AC load or AC devices. First is called pure sine wave inverter. This is the pure sine wave inverter that generate pure sinusoidal wave. These type of inverter are used for general applications. Next inverter is called modified square wave inverter. These type of inverter are basically used if the load is resistive type, capacitive type or inductive type. Third type of inverter is a square wave inverter. These type of inverter generate square wave at the output, and this type of inverter is basically used in resistive load. So there are basically three type of inverter used for powering the AC devices: pure sine wave, modified square wave or square wave inverters. Now here I discuss the basic principle of inverter. The process of conversion of DC current into AC current is based on the phenomena of electromagnetic induction. So to generate DC power into AC power, or electromagnetic induction is the generation of electric potential difference in a conductor when it is exposed to a varying magnetic field. So to generate a DC into AC, here we use a magnet. This magnet is continuously rotating in this direction at very high speed. And near this magnet, here we place a coil. This coil having a spool of wires. Now we start rotating this magnet at very high speed in this direction. When this magnet gets rotated, a rotating magnetic field is generated near the coil. Due to this rotating magnetic field, AC current induced in the coil. This process is known as electromagnetic induction, and this is the basic principle of inverter. Now with the help of this diagram, I will explain you how inverter convert DC power. How inverter take DC power from the DC source and how it convert from AC power. So here I explain with the help of this example. Here we take two coil. This is primary coil, this is secondary coil. This is the DC source. And as I have already told, for inverter here we use some high speed switches. So here we connect a switch. This DC source here is just behave like a rotating magnet. So in first case or in first half cycle, the DC current from the DC source is flow in this direction. This DC current flow in the primary coil and generate rotating magnetic field. Due to this magnetic field, a AC current induced in the secondary coil. Now during the second half cycle of the DC current switch through the bottom part of the coil, and the direction of current flow this time is reverse in this direction. This reverse current will generate magnetic field, and due to this magnetic field, AC current induced in the secondary side. But the direction of AC current this time is just inverse as compared to the previous time. So we can say that during the first half cycle, the direction of induced AC current is this, or if we consider this is the reference direction, so it will generate the positive square wave. And during the second half cycle, the direction of induced current is just reverse. That will generate the negative half cycle of AC current. So here we see these two will create a square wave AC supply. So in this way, a square wave AC supply will be generated. Now this is the simplest case, and if the inverter perform only this step, it is a square wave inverter. This type of output is not very efficient. But to produce a sine wave output, high frequency inverters are used. These inverters use the pulse width modification method, switch current at very high frequency. Now the classification of inverter. There are so many classification of inverter based on their output characteristic, based on their input source of the inverter, based on their type of load used in inverter, etc. So the first classification is according to the output characteristic. There are three type of inverter. First is square wave inverter, second is sine wave inverter, third is modified sine wave inverter. These three type I will discuss previously in this video. Now second is according to the source of inverter. There are two type of inverter. First is current source inverter, CSI, and second is voltage source inverter, VSI. Next is according to the type of load. According to the type of load, there are two type of inverter, single phase inverter or three phase inverter. Single phase inverter is further classified into two type, half bridge inverter or full bridge inverter. Three phase inverter is classified into two type, 180-degree mode or 120-degree mode inverters. So these are the classification of inverter according to their load. Now according to different pulse width modulation technique. So first inverter is simple pulse width modulation inverter. Second is multiple pulse width modulation inverter. Next is sinusoidal pulse width modulation inverter. And last is modified sinusoidal pulse width modulation inverter. So these are the classification of inverter according to the different type of pulse width modulation technique. Next is according to the number of output levels. So there are two type of inverter, regular 2-level inverter or multi-level inverter. So these are the 5 classification of inverter. In my coming videos, I will explain all the inverter in detail. So stay continue and keep watching my videos. Now the application of inverter. The main application of inverter is when the main power supply is not available or the time of power failure or at the time of power cutoff, a uninterruptible power supply UPS uses battery and inverters. Next application is the power inverter are basically used in HVDC transmission line, high voltage transmission line. It is also used to connect two asynchronous AC system. Next application of inverter is the output of the solar panel is DC power supply. So to convert that DC power supply into AC power supply, here we use solar inverter. Next is the inverter produce variable output voltage by using a control unit that is called control loop inverter. The speed of inverter controlled by supplying variable voltage. For example, it is used in refrigerator, compressor motor, rail transport, induction motor, speed control or electric vehicle. Next application of inverter is it can convert the low frequency AC power to the high frequency AC power which use in induction heating. So these are the major application of inverters. So hope you like the video. For more interesting video, please like, subscribe and share my channel. For notes, please visit my website. The link of the website I will given here, www.quick-learn.in. Here I will give all the notes of different topic in power electronics, in basic electronics, microcontroller, microprocessor and so on. So to grab the notes, please visit my website